So now to shift gears and of course look at what has been happening in the world of business. And of course you know for sure that business around Nairobi city center was completely disrupted. Even as we speak now, you don't have so much business activities taking place there. And for sure you know that Nairobi is the economic as well as diplomatic and political heartbeat of the region. And so when there are challenges in Nairobi, you do expect the economy of the country and as well as the regional economy to bear some feelings. And now joining me in studio is George Mburu. He's the CEO of Mizizi. He's a businessman. He knows how it feels when the economy is not performing so well. He's about to share with us his insight on what is happening and of course probably maybe give solutions as to how the issues should be dealt with. Thank you very much, George, for joining us this afternoon. I first of all want to hear from you as a businessman and as a member of the business community in Kenya. How has this day affected your operations?
Sure. Yeah, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. And with your question, for sure, some parts of town, CBD especially, we have seen people have shied away from opening up their businesses, and this is because of the expected chaos that come with the call for people to do the rioting, and I mean to do the peaceful demonstrations. So we have seen people have shied away from opening their businesses, and that is to avoid having the losses. So I think people have taken precaution, which is a very good thing. It is better you close and lose the business for the day rather than you open and the goods are taken away. Yeah.
I mean, it's also proper to say that it is not the entire Nairobi County that was affected by these disturbances. Of course, we had some pockets where business was taking place. Do you have any idea where?
Sure. Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, apart from the few shops that have been closed in the CBD, a majority of the other areas, things are moving on as usual. We have not had any major businesses closing down because of the call. And we are happy because we have seen for sure people what people want is to do business, and what we are calling upon is that conducive environment for the business people, because everybody, including the government itself, has a big interest with business, because when business is doing well, basically the economy is doing well. Yeah.
So we know that Nairobi is the economic as well as the diplomatic and political heartbeat of this country. What do you think will happen if this situation was to prevail?
Sure. Yeah, thank you very much. The good thing, and I'm looking forward to seeing what will happen in the days to come, is that these protests have been planned not only here in Kenya, as you have reported. It is also happening in South Africa. It is also happening in Tunisia. It is also happening in Nigeria. So it means...
It's also happening in France.
Also in France, and you have mentioned also England. So I think basically the people, what they want, the governments is to hear, is that the people have the say. So basically I think for today, when we look at it from the broader perspective, I think there's a message that is being passed by actually what now the media should be able to report is by who exactly and what is the message. But we know basically in Kenya, the young people, they have been crying because of lack of jobs, and I don't know why that is, if that is the case for the whole, the entire countries that are protesting. But we know in Kenya there have been that problem of young people not having jobs, which is something that the politicians mostly have taken advantage of, because we basically know a hungry man is an angry man. So a hungry man is very easy to provoke to anger using emotions. So if it is the case of having the young people to get employment or to have their food on the table, that is what we need to address, because for sure we know Africa and Africans, we have a majority of the population being young people. And when the young people are not engaged economically, you find that there is a lot of idleness. You also find there is a lot of anger, because a hungry man is an angry man.
Yeah. You see, at least it's proper to say that in many parts of Nairobi, I mean, industrial area, you know, companies were afraid of opening.
Sure.
Nairobi CBD, I mean, businesses have been closed.
Sure.
And it's likely to take probably maybe a few days before now we can resume normalcy.
Sure.
What impact will this have on your businesses as a business community?
Sure. Thank you very much. You will find that the person that is affected the most of the time is the person that is on the lowest of the pyramid. Because, for example, the example you have given for industrial area, the people who are not going to get their pay are the people who are on the casual labor, the casual laborers. Because you'll find that the management or people who are employed in the management, they are paid per month. And if you are not in a position to get to the job, for sure, you'll still be paid because you have a very good and understandable reason. But that casual laborer who gets their pay on a day-to-day basis, those are the people that are going to be affected the most. So when there is this fracas, the people that get hurt the most are the people that are the lowest of the food chain, and those are the people that we need to really protect. Yeah.
What is the message to the opposition as well as to the government?
Sure. Yeah, thank you very much. My call to the government is to listen to the young people. The young people are crying, and the problem is very simple. We need to align the chain, the distribution chain. You find that at times people that are doing the manufacturing, they manufacture, let's say in India or in China, they come still sell to the people. We need to go back to the chain of distribution which we were used to when we were young people. Like, you know, like if it's a farmer takes their products to ABCD, then ABCD takes it to ABCD, so that we get more people into the job market, because that is basically the problem. If we get people to the job market, for sure the government will have an easy time, because there will be no young people who are going to be used to do the picketing, because everybody will be gainfully engaged, and it's not a lot of money. People are looking for just to have a food on your table. And for the opposition, I also want to encourage them to have a sitting, if it is the interest of the common man, to have a sitting with the president and the government, so that we can come with a solution for the young people. And by so doing, everybody will have a conducive environment for working. And by so doing, we are going to grow our economy. And that is what we want.
Very good.
Yeah.
George Mburu, thank you very much, of course. And we hope that your sentiments will be acted upon.
Thank you.
Otherwise, we hope that the situation will go back to normal, so that the business community can continue to thrive.
Sure.
Asante for joining us. Enjoy your afternoon.
Asante sana.